could be great news.
Yeah, plenty of time. Yep. Could be really good news, which we've been waiting for, finally. Still ahead on America's Morning headquarters, all eyes are on the Gulf as tropical depression number 2. But first, we're going to start with those rip currents, and they are high to moderate all throughout, basically, Florida. So be very careful, especially on the left coast here. We could see a lot of red flags, not only into Florida, but as we go along the Gulf Coast with this system. There's your tropical storm watch. That means that tropical storm conditions are possible within the next 24 to 48 hours, basically from Lanark Village all the way over to the border there of Mississippi and Alabama. I wouldn't be surprised if they kind of extend those. That water rise with this low pressure, which we were waiting for it to develop. You remember last week, the low was up at about 20,000 feet, needed to spin down to the surface in order to technically be something that was tropical. Counterclockwise flow, though, does give us a water rise of 1 to 3 feet here. Nothing too tremendous. And the winds aren't going to be too terrible, but you could have a couple gusts that could be 30, maybe 40 miles an hour. I'd be worried about the winds within the thunderstorms and not necessarily the synoptic scale winds. Synoptic scale, well, this isn't synoptic scale, but synoptic scale are the larger scale. When you have like low pressure and a warm front and a cold front, that's considered a synoptic scale system. But I'd be more worried about the thunderstorms and not the winds necessarily from our tropical depression, which, again, is not considered a synoptic scale. Synoptic scale is much bigger than even a hurricane, just for the note. It is going to be moving very slowly off to the west at about 3 miles an hour as we head into our Tuesday, Wednesday. And by the time we get into Thursday, Friday, and it's making its way towards Texas, there's not much left of it, maybe a storm or two getting into the Houston area. But if you are going to the beach, all of this says essentially stay out of the water when you have that rip current risk, and always swim near those lifeguards, because look at this, rip current risk. Those are the highest surf zone deaths here by far, Jim.
Just looking at some of the 12Z tracks, they really keep it coming into Louisiana, so that hasn't changed.
Well, thanks for being with us on America's Morning headquarters. We are tracking a strengthening tropical depression in the Gulf. And this system is expected to intensify into our next named storm. That would be Bertha, when the winds get to 39 miles an hour greater later today. And some cities here are under a tropical storm watch this morning. We'll show you those just a little bit later. But this is going to be with us the entire week. Now, it's going to look a lot different today versus what it looks like as we head into our Friday and Saturday. Why is that? What are the changes? What will it look like? Jim's got you covered right now.
All right, so let's talk about this. We've had the 8 a.m. come in.
It's time to do a little traveling. Maybe you're traveling to the airport. The lane on the highway that's on the left is for passing and, going. Yeah. Especially on a Sunday. Some people are trying to get to the airport. When you've got like 4 lanes and everyone's going the exact same speed, all in unison together on the highway. I call it doing. They're do, just no awareness. Yeah, doing. Some people are trying to get to the airport, not just out for a Sunday drive. So unless you're passing someone, you should be all the way to the right-hand side. And then, of course, when you're getting on the airplane, look, we just need to be aware of other people doing other things, trying to get in and whatnot. So just kind of be aware of other people when you're doing things in life. Showers and so thanks to this tropical depression that's spinning around. Then we have severe thunderstorm warnings with our big system that's dropping down. A lot of jet energy here. And so we do have some stormier skies. So heavy rain, winds 58 miles per hour greater, hail an inch or more in diameter. That's what you have to have for a severe thunderstorm warning. This moves into, again, the Northeast tomorrow, Jim. We're going to have, I think, a lot of flight issues here yet again.
Yeah, big wind threat up there. So be on the lookout. That's what it's working on, because if it feels like 110 or 115, that's what your body's working on, especially if you're out in the sun, because your body feels that radiation and it actually absorbs it and makes you hotter.
I think even if you're in the shade.
Well, yeah, it doesn't matter. It's a great point. The sun just makes it.
No, you're making the point that the sun makes it unbearable. But I'm like, I don't know, even in the shade, that is still extraordinarily rough.
I've even felt hot in the water sometimes.
Yeah.
Really super hot.
Oh, yeah.
Where you, like, right near the top of the water, you can feel the hot water.
It's
already
pretty rough.
heating. It's crazy. Okay,
anyway, so let's talk about what's happening. Basically, we have our ridge that's going to build like this and then push our tropical entity that way. But that northerly flow from the ridge also bringing us to dry air and some shear on the north side, giving us the heaviest rain to the south of it. So everything's connected here.
It totally is. With the heat, though, and away from the tropical system, I mean, look at these advisories. They're all over the place. Certainly kind of making of a big heat wave in through here, especially given the temperatures and the dew points and how it feels. This is the how it feels.
Right, so your
even in the shade.
In the shade, exactly. The temperatures are taken in the shade.
Right.
The higher the dew point, the higher the feels like for you, and that's what that says. But we're already into the 80s here,
Yep,
into a lot of places. But with our dew point temperatures in the 70s, you could like swim through the air, and that makes it feel really hot.
I always look for these pockets of purple.
Yeah, the one.
That's like 110 plus to 115. Crazy, crazy stuff. So it only gets hotter tomorrow. Look at Little Rock. Look at how much more purple we have in through here. So that's where we had the excessive heat warnings.
Yeah.
Okay, above 110.
You and Jordan in the purple today. Maybe forecasting with your outfits on.
This is my excessive heat warning outfit, ladies and gentlemen. Take note.
All right, the Gulf Coast is preparing for impacts from Tropical Depression number 2.
Meteorologist Chris Bruin is live from Pensacola Beach this morning on a day.